Hello, and due to technical issues, which were the result of Roxio's narration setup, I'm going to have to record all of this again, or at least audio-wise. So, today I'm dueling Happyface, Happyface, Happyface 202 on the Xbox, Happyface 02 everywhere else, because essentially the one name that he was actually after, Happyface 2, was the one that was actually taken. Every other username that had Happyface in it was, more or less free, except 02, so he ended up going with that one instead. Now, as far as builds go, he's using his quality build, which he had more or less just finished as when we were doing this, and it's obviously capable of using a lot of weapons. I believe it's 40-40 strength and dex, and I'm using my Imperion build, which is a spear build, completely spear build, based off of a character of mine which shares the same name, more or less looks the same, and yeah, this was essentially an attempt to capture that, and I'll be doing another video focused on a lot of duels with this video, with this character that I'm playing, whilst at the same time there's also going to be more videos featuring this character and that storyline once I eventually get there. Now, a few things happen in this duel. This one in particular shows off, a very effective tactic for dealing with spear users, because it just trumps them. So, here we go. We're more or less both on our very last bit of health and stalemate. I can't attack him without getting closer, but as soon as I go to attack, he's going to fire that arrow. So yeah, he got me, but that was fun, and it shows some of the shortcomings with spears. As long as their range is, they still can't outrange a bow. So yes, some other interesting things that happened. Yes, so I think for the first time, excluding a few times where I've just played with 40 poise because it's been a 0 poise character, some early builds I had before I, particularly knew what poise was and how important it was in a lot of cases. So there's this was his first build since then that I believe has been playing with actually this is my first build that has been playing with less than 40 poise. I believe I've got 33, and originally I had 72 with the Wolf Ring, but I decided to take it off and replace that with the Leo Ring. And I think it did quite a good job. There's a few cases where the damage the damage from the Leo Ring let me win a duel or bring it to a tie, and there's some other cases where there's other cases where, well, it also let me learn how to toggle quite well, because I've known about toggle escaping. However, I've never had a need for it, because at 53 plus poise, there's very few weapons which can actually stop you and then stunlock you, and I really failed at that backstab there. Although the toggle, probably saved me. If I recall correctly, Happy's been one of the people who's helped me with videos the most since the start, at least with regards to PvP and there, I managed to get it to a tie. With regards to PvP videos, he's given me quite a hand with that, and I've duelled him quite a bit, and he's, quite frankly, at the moment at least, my milestone, and I know Suicide Frog is still much better than Happy, because and as such much better than me, but just because I end up dueling Happy on more occasions, yeah, just trading blows here. He'd have probably won this as well if it wasn't for the O-ring, because that extra damage from counter attacks just helped. Yeah, so I've used Happy as a marker for how well I've been doing, and I'm not sure whether it's this build or he was getting used to his build and his experimentation with different weapons, but I did quite well personally, in my opinion, getting a lot more draws than I expected, and even a few wins. It's like I wasn't even. I managed to pull off a reverse roll, and he managed to counter it with a kick. So I was really gutted by that. So yeah, and he demolishes me there again, the Zweihander. So with yes, with regards to equipment, his build, he fell in love with the battle axe after playing with this build for a bit, because yeah, he ended up just really liking it, and you know, the moveset, the stun capability, and even dealing some decent damage. So so he ended up getting that in a lot. He's usually got a falchion in his offhand, I believe. Since yeah, that's one thing, is a lot of the time I end up having a shield, but you know, I have a parrying weapon and a shield in the offhand, but then I never end up using the shield for a shield. So except in PvE, which you know I could switch to. And, yeah. In regards to my equipment, I've got Silver Knight Spear, and I think it's a Partisan in the offhand. The Silver Knight Spear is outdamaged by the winged spear. However, I find its R2, its one-handed R2, much better because of the fact that it's not, and it's the same with the Partisan. The reason I've got the Partisan equipped there is because both of them have horizontal attack motions with a different attack. So you know, so I'm not just limited to poking, and that's just that sort of little variety that makes it better. And yeah, he really caught me off guard there with the katana. I'd expected to get him and be easily able to win there. So, and turned out I was wrong. And I switched to the O-ring because I ended up encountering. I got invaded by someone, and whilst I was a bit more confident this time fighting in duels without that poise, I wasn't particularly keen to try it on randoms just at that point. Although after this fight, I did give it a shot a bit more, and I'm glad to say that it actually didn't go too badly in most cases, especially after figuring out how to toggle, because yeah, I've got two offhand dark hands, which allowed me to toggle without having the awkwardness of a weapon getting in the place, and I really think I should have got parry there, but yeah, although once again a toggle saved me, and I think I even went on to get a win in this one. Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't want to speak too much about spears in this, because I as I said, I plan on doing another one with this character focused on spears, because because of a lot of opinions on them, and I've just got a few things to say about that. So, what else? Oh yes, so Happy's armor setup. Well, mine is the Ornstein's gauntlets, brass armor, and leggings of favour. Just mixing it up. All of them. First of all, they all make my character look. Oh yeah, and the thief mask, which is the thing. My character is yeah, Empyrean is meant to be male. However, because of the thief mask, yeah, I wasn't confident with that parry rolled away, but I was still able to get a backstab, so not quite as much damage, but still got some damage done. So yeah, anyways, yeah, they all help make it look more like Empyrean, and he's, yeah, meant to be male, but because the way the character's designed, the thief mask was, you know, the best suited item for, you know, the female version at least, was the best suited for appearance when it came to the character, but because, yeah, there's no male equivalent of that, because it's got the hood, and I really need to not have the hood, I ended up just creating a female character, made them a bit more bulky, and added a, customized their face to make it pretty masculine. So, disregarding the fact that he screams like a woman when he dies, and I feel really stupid for letting him get me with that, because he really caught me off guard with the first of all, the swing on the painted guardian sword. I wasn't expecting him to actually get the hit there, but and I'm also, yeah, because essentially what he was telling me was he'd got used to fighting spear users, and the best way to deal with them in his, you know, roundabout way was literally to keep, you know, parrying, because eventually they'd slip up, and when they slipped up, they, you know, died, and it's just out of the range of that. That would have been a priceless finish if that had worked. So yeah, so he got, so every time he ended up in this sort of situation, he did just swing, parry multiple times, and another time there. So he'd keep parrying multiple times until eventually he got the parry, and I'm not sure if there's one in this video, because I know I missed a couple of fights by accident, where he literally stood in one spot and parried 4 or 5 times in a row. So yeah, so I got careless and got beaten there, but anyways, I've still not actually said what his setup is. So, or his armor setup at least, he's got the crystalline armor, obviously, the Eastern helm, and iron leggings, and I can't remember if he's got any anything on his in his hands. Yes, not sure if he's got any gauntlets. I think there's no gauntlets, and he essentially, obviously, you know, he wanted to get a setup made for him, and he did a very nice combo there with a, not sure if it's a long sword or short sword, but very, very nice combo. So yes, he wanted an armor setup. I wanted to see something that was a bit different, something that was still viable in PvP, but not many people, you know, that would make it look different from just every other build you see out there. So, and now this is the last fight. And here he ended up leaving with a great axe, which I really want to parry on, because essentially there's this one time, yeah, and I managed to get the parry on it. There's this one time where I missed a parry, and sorry, I got the parry on it and then missed the riposte with someone with a great axe, and I just really wanted to get the parry on it again. So, but anyways, this is the end now, so I shall say goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.